taking on these two little people was not what we planned in retirement. It's not what we thought we were going to be doing. It was not what we were ready for. And there are a lot of parts about this that have not been fun or a blessing in any way, but the kids are. And this program really helped to remind us of that.
Para nosotros, hablo por mi esposo, fue como un salvavidas. Porque sí llegó un momento en que estábamos como muy preocupados de todo lo que iba a ir surgiendo conforme ella fuera creciendo.
We have had the pleasure of sharing with you our Early Head Start program, but this is only one piece of our equation. We have a comprehensive child development system of care here at Root for Kids that customizes and specializes to meet every child and family's needs.
I think one of the biggest changes is that kids at the ages that we're working with them in that 0 to 3 range are a reflection of their parents. And I think a lot of times what our goal is to really bring confidence to parents so then they can actually reflect that back in their kids. They can teach their kids how to have those skills. A lot of times it comes down to the parent just knowing that they can do it, that they have the confidence to, that they have the skills to, they have the community to support their kids and have them be successful.
It helps them to be better community members, better employees, better bosses, in the future. We just want to give the children all that they can now so they can achieve all the potential that they have.
Yeah, it was very seamless. They just kind of showed up at our house and started being part of the family. Yeah. We had a really great home visitors, and Carrie visited with us, and she made every effort to be there. And our girls think she's their friend. When she shows up, they run down the driveway screaming her name, and she really worked hard to become part of their lives and the family and be our friend and answer our questions.
I think it's a privilege to work with the children in our community and their parents that are making a difference and trying their best to give the children all the best opportunity they can for success in life.
You're participating with the kids and their activities, and you're just kind of feel like you're just there, and you're active, and it feels good. It engages you to think about that more, and it's been a blessing to me to be a part of that.
It's also to engage with these little people and give them an example, and to remember that they're not adults. And sometimes, we were used to talking to teenagers, so there were a couple times when we had to really remember you can't talk to them the same way. They don't understand the same things. We would tell them what we were having a hard time with, and they would say, okay, we'll bring you activities, we'll bring you ideas, and stuff that was so simple. It was almost like I wouldn't have thought of it just because it was so simple. She is ahead of the game. Her skill level is that she's going to be she'll be well on target to go to kindergarten. That's what we were really looking for. We were really looking for someone to help us just get them to that point where we didn't learn in kindergarten, oh, well, you should have taught them this, this, and this. Being grandparents is great, but you get to leave and go home and leave them with their parents and go to bed at 7 o'clock at night and go to dinner when you want to. And that's the role we thought we were coming into. And when that's not what you're doing, there are days when that's really hard. And when you get up thinking, I got to do this all day for the next 18 years. And this program helped us really get over some of the hardest parts of that. This is about these children, and they're in a different situation than our other grandchildren, but they still need us. And they still need programs like this to make sure that they don't get left behind, that they don't get forgotten just because their parents aren't doing what they're supposed to be doing.
Sol, the little sunshine. Yeah, I have a long time knowing Sol, almost 3 years. I started working with them when she was, I believe, 4 months old.
Nos ha ayudado en todo, en familia, en el desarrollo de Sol, en cómo ayudarla a que ella fuera logrando poco a poco lo que otros niños lo hacen por sí solos.
Sol is just been a great girl, a great example that kids with disabilities can learn if you put the energy and your time on them. They can do that. So nowadays she learned a few sign language. Nowadays in our business we are working on colors.
Ella ha tenido sus terapias en hospital, pero el tener a Road for Kids me ha dado como más seguridad, más habilidades para que ella se desarrolle.
Which is sometimes very hard for our culture because we have the thinking of kids with disabilities. We kind of hide them a little bit and don't give them the opportunities to learn. But when them a little at the time, I think we are working on doing those things. I always encourage her to just let her be her, do what she need to do. You support her, you will be her voice because she's going to need you now and later on in life.
Road for Kids fue la mano que nos ayudó a salir de ahí y pues a poner todo de nuestra parte para que ella pudiera desarrollarse. Ella caminó muy pronto a lo que se espera comúnmente con un niño síndrome de Down. Actualmente ella maneja más lenguaje de señas que el lenguaje verbal, aunque sí entiende cuando se le habla, pero le cuesta más, le está costando más el lenguaje. Pero ella le gusta integrarse en las actividades, todas las actividades que podemos venir, en la música. Cuando yo la traje por primera vez, yo vi como ella que era feliz y que se relacionaba y que disfrutaba. Entonces trato de aprovechar todo eso que Road for Kids me brindaba.
I'm just so thankful that I have the opportunity to be part of that, and it's one great thing that I will have in my memories, happy memories with this little girl.
Unfortunately, the needs of our children far outweigh the resources we have available. Washington County is the 6th largest county in the state, and there are 12,000 children under the age of 5 here in our community. And unfortunately, our organization only has the capability of serving 1% of those children.
If this is where the money's going to go, then this is this is the best place. These are the children of our future. And whether these kids come from homes, like ours, where they've started in kind of a traumatic fashion, or whether these are parents who just have, poverty issues or first-time parents or young parents or whatever it is, really, this was about benefiting for those children and the next generation and what they can do.
Even if the change doesn't come with us, that it's happening with the children, and it's going to happen with their children. And every generation is going to keep changing and learning and prioritizing education and other needs. That's what it's all about. It's amazing to see the success of families when they do triumph and they figure it out, or they understand what we've been cheering them on for. It's amazing. It's the biggest reward. Some days it feels really burdensome because we feel like we say the same thing over and over, and we do. But when the light turns on and the team and the family celebrates, it is the biggest joy ever. And we get to do that almost every day here at Root for Kids. And it's awesome.
If you really want to help some kids out, you really should donate, because there's a lot of kids that need your help, and it's a good cause.
I love children. I just think, we want to help them. If we don't help them, who's going to help them?
Imagine if you could help a child reach their full potential. The reality is you can, and we can do this together. Together we can build a stronger community. Together we can give every child a strong start in life. And together we can root for all kids.